New movies are always exciting. Killers of the Flower Moon is a new movie which is currently being filmed in Oklahoma. The movie is based off a book written by David Grann, set in the 1920s where the richest people in the world were the members of the Osage Nation. When they started to be killed off, the FBI was called, which then tells the tragic story of the most chilling conspiracy theory in American history. Sarah Pearl has got the interview with Janae Collins, who is one of the actresses in the movie.
What character did you get casted at, and what was her backstory?
Rita is the character, and she's Molly's little sister. Molly has three other sisters. There's Anna, who's the oldest. Then there's Molly. Then there's me, and then there's Minnie. It's a very heartbreaking and angering book, and that's where I did my first research about my character, what happened to her, what happened to her sisters.
Yeah, that's very enlightening. To hear about that, I think it sort of perpetuates the cause of phasing out native blood over time, and so yeah, that's a really important story to tell. I was just wondering, how does that feel to know that this is a highly anticipated project, a big director, plenty of big names in the film, and being an Indigenous woman, knowing that you're representing a very important role within the film? How does that make you feel?
It feels very serious, almost surreal when I think of, the opportunity in and of itself to be able to represent, but then also very serious because the subject matter is very sensitive, and especially to the Osage people, it's very painful for them. So that's something that I take super serious, and it's something that I'm definitely gonna bring every ounce of my character ability to portray Rita in a very meaningful and careful way, because she existed and she was murdered, and her family still is alive, and they have descendants from the Burkharts, because Molly had children, and they still, a lot of the community members, they were related to people that were murdered. So it's a very serious subject matter.
Following Sarah's interview, we have Alexander Manygoats with Dalton Yazzie, who is Navajo and Lakota and is a sophomore at Haskell Indian Nations University.
So what's your opinions about this movie, Killers of the Flower Moon?
So what I've got from it so far, it's pretty kind of a tragic backstory, really, especially with it having to do with the Osage Nation. I looked over it and I seen something about it being the start through the FBI. That was pretty different. But my take on it so far would have to be, I think it's messed up.
I see. So do you agree or do you not agree with what's going on in this film or we're about to make?
I don't agree.
Why is that?
Just because what happened and what happened with the Osage Nation.
Okay, have you heard any stories about these?
No, this is actually the first one. I've honestly never heard about this before. I'm surprised it hasn't been shown off earlier. The fact that it has to do with the tribe, it kind of shocked me at first, because I feel like the fact that I didn't know about it is the fact that the media tried to cover it up, try to not really show other people.
Okay, and what do you think they would take out of the movie?
They would take out the truth. I feel like they'd probably talk a lot about the truth on the very tip-top surface, but when it really comes down to it, they won't really tell us what actually happened, because they don't want the pretty much the good guys, I guess, in their eyes, still look bad. So the FBI, pretty much.
After hearing what Janae and Dalton have to say, what are your opinions about the movie? And is this going to be a movie you will watch? This has been Delilah B. Gay. Have a good day.